It's time for the defeatism to end, and it's time for a new approach, and that is what I want to offer. And the first thing we have to do is, of course, to get Brexit done. Get it over the line by October the 31st. If we don't get Brexit over the line, then we face, as I say, a continuing hemorrhage of support to other parties, and the risk they run is that we will hand, by sheer inadvertence and incompetence, we will hand the government of this incredible country to a hardline Marxist, and that is the choice that we face. Unless we recover people's support and get Brexit over the line, I don't think the Conservative Party will recover for many years to come. So the real problem with the withdrawal agreements, everybody understands, is the backstop. Everybody understands the problem with the backstop. The problem is that you face the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom with an appalling choice. Under the terms of the 175-page backstop, you either have to accept that the whole UK remains effectively locked in to EU tariffs, remaining in regulatory alignment, or else, if you wanted to diverge, which you could, you'd have to accept the loss of the government of Northern Ireland and effectively barriers to trade down the Irish Sea. And I just don't think that is anything, that's just simply not acceptable to the UK. People say they want me to rule out a no-deal Brexit. I'm certainly not going to rule out a no-deal Brexit. I think we should prepare actively for a no-deal Brexit and get ready with a great deal of confidence and brio. So I'm not going to do anything to weaken the negotiating position of the UK.
Are you prepared to be hated?
Look, let me tell you, before I became, it's not just prepared. I'm already well accustomed to it. Believe me, you need a thick skin in this business.
Consider making Nigel Farage British ambassador to Washington. I think there might be a vacancy.
See, there was a moment when we successfully exported him to America, but he did come back. Look, I'm not promising jobs to anybody, and that is not an idea that had occurred to me until you mentioned it.
Really?
Just now. Donald Trump, whatever people may think about him, he's been doing some very interesting things with tax allowances for investment by business, so that they can write off capital investment of their startup costs, whatever it happens to be, against tax. That's getting a huge amount of growth going. There are already lots of Labour MPs who are talking to us who are saying they want to help get this over the line, because they represent seats which are strong leave seats where their electorates feel very disenchanted with what's going on in Parliament, and whatever John McDonnell or Jeremy Corbyn may say, they want to knock this thing through, and they're right.
Get this wrong, and there will be no Conservative government, no Brexit, maybe even no Conservative Party. Get it right, and we can deliver Brexit, unite our party, unleash the extraordinary potential of our amazing country, and send Corbyn packing. Thank you very much. If we cannot get a deal, and no deal is the only way to leave, then I will be prepared to do that. I believe that we could find a way perfectly easily to flourish and prosper without a deal if we make the right preparations. Well, it wasn't just me that voted for Theresa May's deal last time round. Actually, Boris did as well. And I think he voted for it for the same reason that I did, which is that for all its flaws and imperfections, and I argued inside Cabinet against the backstop in just the same way that Boris argued in the pages of the Daily Telegraph against the backstop. For all its imperfections, if that deal had gone through, we would have left the European Union now. I was asked to do some media on Fox News, so I tried to think of all the nice things I could about President Trump, and I said those in the interview, and the next morning I met him at Chequers because he came bounding and he said, "Great interview," he said. He said, "I said to my people, I don't know who that guy is, but he's doing a great job."
So I suppose many ordinary people will wonder whether a multimillionaire really understands how the other half lives.
Oh, I think it's the opposite. I think what ordinary people will say is, this is somebody who started with nothing, built up a business that's employing 200 people. We need more people like that in our country, and we should be supporting them because they're the ones that make our country successful and strong.
Hang on. Started with nothing. You were educated at Charterhouse.
Capital? No, but I'm talking about capital. Yeah, I had a fantastic education. I am proud about what it says about our values as a country, that even when we had the difficult recession after 2008, we continued with our foreign aid commitments because we recognised that there were some countries that were still a lot poorer than us. What I don't agree with are the rules around the aid budget, but I think we are known throughout the world for the success and dynamism of our economy, but also for our compassionate values, and I wouldn't want that to change.
Should we? No.
So I think we should benefit from trade with China, but we need to have our eyes open, and we should avoid being over-dependent for key technologies on a country whose direction of travel we can't entirely be sure of.